Yes, sir, my people. Welcome to a hot episode of Tables, Ladders, and Pod, man. I'm your boy KG. And today, here we have a very, very, very special guest, man. I really could not wait for this interview, man. And we definitely appreciate you coming on, man. And I definitely want to say thank you for working with me, man, and definitely, taking your time and having an understanding and bearing with me through this, man. But we definitely glad to have him. He's one of the hottest managers on the Chicago Indies wrestling scene right now. Give it up, y'all, for Big Business Levi Maguire, man.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Man, hey, man, we glad to have you here. We glad to have you here, man. Shout out.
Right. Thank you.
Hey, shout out to Wade, too, man. Shout out to Wade.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? And if y'all haven't checked out that interview, y'all go and check that interview out as well, man, that we had on Tables, Ladders, and Pod. With Wade Simmons, man. Great story. Great story with him, man. So, I guess we'll just start off like this, man. So where are you from?
Born and raised in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay. All right. Big Bulls fan?
Oh, man. Ultimate Bulls fan since the 90s when they first started to win in 91.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And all the way up from 91 to 98.
Yep.
Hate to say it, after that, kind of just ventured off. And,
for sure.
I'm still a Bulls fan in heart. Michael will always be the man. So,
hey, you know what? I guess you already answered my question, man, because I was going to have to ask the question now.
Oh, yeah.
Who is the GOAT, man? Who's the GOAT in your eyes?
It's a no-brainer. It's MJ all day, every day.
Spoken like a true Chicagoan, man. Like, hey, for real. Hey, to be honest, I love Brian. I do love Brian, but I do know where it all started. You know what I'm saying? I do respect what he did. But back to you, man. You hailing from Chicago, that's a really big Chicago, that's a real big Indies city, to where wrestling is very much respected. I mean, people growing up in Chicago, it's already in their blood and wanting to be in the business of wrestling like that. So what first drew you to wrestling? If you don't mind me asking, like what was the first thing or the first idea that drew you to wrestling?
Well, going back to my childhood, man, growing up in the 80s and 90s, ever since I watched WrestleMania 1, with Hulk Hogan in them, and
yes, sir.
I was just addicted, and growing up, I was always fascinated with the storytelling, the art of it. Besides the high flying moves and this and that. Yeah. And I look at the characters of it, looking at the rivalry between Hogan and Andre the Giant.
Yes, sir.
And had Bobby the Brain Heenan, as the manager, and and ever since King Kong Bundy had injured Hulk Hogan, back then it was like, Hogan was back then as a kid our John Cena, our hero, and then seeing him get hurt, and it's like, Bobby Heenan talking all that. Always talking about, Hogan, you ain't the champion, blah blah blah, this and that, and it's like, man, this dude making me mad and stuff. But it was like, man, he he pressed the button there. He did his job as a heel manager. But
Yeah.
the thing is that I've always just liked the characters, the characterization of it, and the art and storytelling of it. So that's pretty much what got me into it.
So did you, like, growing up, flipping through the channels? I don't know if you were like myself, man, but I used to backflip back and forth from Raw, back and forth to WCW. And with those being Chicago-based companies, did you have a favorite growing up? Like between, WWE, WCW, or was you just an advocate wrestling fan?
You know what? Back then, okay, let's see. I would say more so during the Attitude Era, when the main rivalry of WWE and WCW, yes, it was. You're right. It was a back and forth, flipping the channel thing. And, I was mostly attracted more to WWE. It had the grit, the Attitude Era had the hardcore grit. It was, the storytelling was just like off the chain.
Yes, it
WCW, they hung in there with it, but unlike WWE, it was just more of the aggressiveness to it. I want to throw in maybe ECW.
Yeah,
ECW was
it was
watched
great.
a little bit of that as well, but more so, with WWE. Yeah,
for sure. So, with those being like the two top powerhouses of the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, looking back, man, I just want to ask you this interesting question, man. Looking back, would there be somebody that, looking back on it now, you would be like, man, I would have loved to manage that guy. I would have loved to, maybe put something different on this guy and bring him up a different way than he had came up. Would you look at somebody and say, hey, I would have loved to manage that guy one day? Or is there anybody in the business now that you would say that to, that you would love to manage?
Oh, man. Well, when you say somebody in the business now, so far as like on a professional level or
anybody, just it can be anybody. It can be somebody that we don't even know, but that we can learn about, because I feel like nowadays, like, you have to watch everything.
You do.
You got to watch everything, man. Indies, you have to watch the pros. You got to watch overseas.
Yeah. All of it.
We have to watch it.
And you don't watch it as a fan anymore.
No.
No. You watch it to learn and everything like that. But I would say right now, I manage a very talented brother who's been around for a very long time by the name of Lennox Leon, the Golden Lion.
Okay.
And I've been managing him for about 3 or 4 years now.
Okay.
And he's been all over to Japan and and a whole bunch of other places and stuff. But I enjoy managing him. There's a couple other up and coming guys that I work with, but let's say back then, so far as on the professional level, I don't know, man.
There's a lot of different characters, different personalities out there, man.
And to be honest with you, some of the guys back then really didn't need a manager. They were were just so over, and they got the stick and was able to go full blast. Some of them, back then really didn't need a spokesperson to speak for them. But
for sure,
unlike in the 80s, the 80s had a lot of managers and valets. During the 90s, maybe like early, mid to late 90s, that role of the manager and valet kind of simmered down a little bit. Yep. I mean, you had them here and there, but I mean, the top-notch guy was Bobby Heenan. So, he managed all the greats. So I don't think there's anybody back then I could have worked with, because he had them all. And other guys like him, Jim Cornette.
Honky
Tonk Man, and
Jimmy Hart, all of them guys, man.
Oh, excuse me, not Honky Tonk Man. I mean Jimmy Hart.
No, you're fine. Hey, Honky Tonk might have did it. He might have did it. He might have did it, man. speaking of managers, man, we definitely want to take a dive more into your character, man, because you got such a unique character, man. And I've seen it. I've been watching your videos and stuff like that, and I'm like, man, I want to lace up. You got me wanting to lace up, and you got me wanting to, like, I want to do something. All right.
Right.
And if I do, I want you to manage me, man, for sure.
Oh, okay.
You know, where does that style come from? Where are you inspired by? Like, why? Who is Big Business Levi Maguire, and who was that drawn from? Was that drawn from personal, or where did that come from?
Well, in a sense, it's kind of a best of both worlds
Okay.
type of scenario. Big business. Actually, big business kind of started off with my stepfather,
Okay.
who was growing up. He was a salesman. He used to always leave out for work dressed up, suited up from head to toe, looking real nice, and he was very professional, very clean and clean cut, and spoke well. And he used to drive a nice cars. His company would give him a car every certain amount of years, and he'll leave out the house, looking good. And back then, in the 80s and 90s, was the Old Spice cologne was real popular, so he'd be rocking that.
Yep.
And it was that gentleman's aura that he represented. So part of it is that with the the suit and everything, but Big Business actually is from a Wu-Tang Clan song from Capadonna. And I'm a big Wu-Tang Clan fan, and
yes, sir.
Capadonna's got a song called Big Business. So me and my cousin, we used to drive around, and he's a big hip hop head as well, and he would have a mixtape with all these classics of rap songs and stuff. And one day we were in the car, and he had the Capadonna Wu-Tang Clan Big Business, and as soon as I heard it, I'm like, man, this beat is hard. We driving, boom, boom, and he's like, yeah, we conduct big business, blah, blah, blah. And it's like the energy of that. So I was hooked on that song. I used to rewind it, play it over and over, but more so the big, the Big Business Levi Maguire character is like a con man, a crooked sports agent in the sense of Don King kind of type of scenario, a con man. So the Maguire is like Jerry Maguire.
Okay, what? That's what I thought. That's what I thought, man.
Yeah,
one of my favorites.
Tom Cruise's character.
Okay,
and, Jerry Maguire. So, I just added my name Levi to Maguire, and that's just how I rock with it, man. And like I said, the cape and everything that's the Victorian era gentleman's persona, the distinguished.
For sure.
The royalty.
The royalty, like
kind of aspect. And also I was a big Star Wars fan.
Okay.
So Billy D. Williams' character, Lando Calrissian, was a big inspiration of that.
Okay.
And Billy D. Williams back then represented that black cool persona. And he dressed nice as well. But then the cape and everything and the Empire Strikes Back, I'm like, man, that rocked it, man.
Hey, I was looking at the videos, man. I could see your aura, man. I could see the confidence as you walk. I could see it, man. And I'm like, man, I love it, man. I love it.
Thank you.
So with the Chicago scene and with it being, like I said, so big on the indies of wrestling, what's that little bit of separation of, like, what makes Chicago the prime spot for the indies versus, like, a OVW or maybe out in down there in Texas with Booker T or something like that? Like, because everybody wants to come to Chicago for the Indies, man.
Well, Chicago's got a lot of a lot of great talent. There's a lot of great talent, and there's a lot of great trainers here. The trainers here are just off the chain. They're phenomenal. Of course, myself, I started with and still am with CSW, Chicago Style Wrestling, and working with a great trainer and a great guy in Steve Boz. Okay. And he's been around for a while, and he even wrestled in WWE for a minute. So he trains guys and makes them into pros. And the Chicago scene is just, it's very active. And like I said, there's a lot of talented people here, man. There's some people here that are just like, they're kind of like, some are just kind of like, how can I put it, behind the shadows, but they're starting to come out the shadows.
Okay.
And it's like, you never know. It's always the next household name that's here, man. But it's just a lot of great talent. The energy here, the crowds, the fans, all of it, man.
Man.
But it's basically more so of the trainers.
Okay.
And they're just the professionalism is just very on point.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, like, with you going out to the show, man, you coming out there, man. You coming out there in your royalty, right? You coming out there and you're walking.
Yeah.
Does the fans begin to chatter at Big Business, Levi?
Well,
chatter?
Well, I am a bad guy.
Okay. Okay.
As they call a heel, a villain,
okay.
compared to a good guy, which is known as a face.
Yes, sir.
So I come out. I talk my talk, and I just go out there and do my job as a heel manager. Put my guy over, and I go out there and make sure that he has to win one way or another,
yes,
no matter
sir.
how it's done. And if I have to help him cheat a little bit or whatever, just to get the job done, because my thing is, hey, you work for me.
Yep.
I'm gonna sit up there, do something. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Yes, sir. It's the only
basically,
way.
I people tell me that, and I wouldn't say I hate it. I don't hate it, but my thing is like, okay, I'm flattered, but thank you, but no thank you.
Right.
I'm just myself. I get the comparisons of, this guy's a black Bobby Heenan, or
yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Slick. I guess I say I'm Slick because of the Kangol hat. No, it's something original. But it's I'm flattered. I even get compared to MVP. And I'm like,
sweet.
Hey, MVP and these guys on a way whole another level than me.
Hey, there's only one Big Business Levi Maguire though.
Oh yeah,
so it's only one, man. That's what make you unique, and that is facts. That is facts, right. And I want to ask this, man. So with you being this huge personality, with you being such a unique character, man, like what are your promos like, man? Does it get a little chippy, or do you love promos? Do you love that side, or do you love?
I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I like to do promos. I like to talk. I like to be. I like to be energetic. I mean, if I imagine somebody, and I believe in them, I'm gonna put all of my heart and everything out there to let people know, hey, this is the man.
Yes, sir.
He ain't nothing to be reckoned with.
For sure.
He's gonna go out there, take every title, and do what he has to do to walk around with that ice.
Yes,
which is that goal.
Yes, sir.
And as long as I'm in his corner, you know, hey, he's
Anything.
unstoppable. So the thing is, you know, I like to do that. You know, I like to, you know, just just have the feel for it and everything, and make sure that the crowd feels it.
For sure, man. And that's something that should be done in all managers, you know, because we look at the managers of today, like the great managers of today, such as a Paul Heyman. You know, he's a great mouthpiece.
Legend.
Great mouthpiece. I mean, legendary, man, legendary. And like I love it when the managers can go in there and they can really bring these guys and just push them up to a platform to where they're just larger than life, and I love it. Was there any times where you had to go in a ring, and you pretty much wasn't expecting to take a bump, and you had to take a bump or two? How did that go?
I've taken a few bumps.
Okay.
I mean, as a heel manager / bad guy, if I'm talking crazy on the mic, hyping up my guy.
Yes, sir.
It's got, there's got to be a big payoff, of course, towards the end or when it's needed or called for. And, I take the regular manager's bump, So, I don't take too many of them, to be honest with you. I usually like to just do the little sneaky stuff here and there, pull a leg, trip somebody.
Yeah.
Give them a smack or two or whatever.
Sure.
Take my cane and nudge them a little bit.
Got to get that cane in there now.
Yeah. Gotta get the cane in there, I just do my role with that. But I've when needed, there are times when I do it.
For sure.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. Yeah.
Definitely does, man. Well, we're gonna take a quick commercial break on here, man. And then when we come back, we're gonna come back more with Big Business Levi, man. Y'all stay tuned.
It was matching it with the words.
Yeah. I just did that just because I thought it would sound more original, better, which I did.
I was here to support you and in any capacity of what you may have needed from me. So it's like it is my honor to have been able to do this show with you for a year and for the foreseeable future, because I want to be a part of this to help you grow it as big as we can possibly get it.
Welcome back to Tables, Ladders, and Pod. We are here with Big Business Levi Maguire, and we continue to have this interesting conversation with you. I wanted to start off with a question, man, that I was thinking about. I forgot to ask it earlier, and I wrote them down to make sure. What is the toughest part about being a manager on the indie scene? Like, what do you think is the toughest part about that? Or is no toughest part for you? Could just be, anything.
Well, let's see. I could say more so. I mean, it's really not too much anything that's really tough.
Mhm.
Don't get me wrong, you do have your issues here and there. If you're working with, let's say, okay, for example, if I'm working with a guy who's green
Okay.
or, is new rookie or whatever you want to call him, and, sometimes, if a person doesn't listen or whatever, and they mess up or botch a spot or whatever, especially if we called it out and talked it over, then it could be
Yep.
like, man, that's messing up my cue. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Because you called the spot, but then it's like you forget it, But as a manager, I have to kind of like, what's the word? Kind of like, you know, uh,
Um, kind of
what,
like work,
like an actor,
just kind of like make sure they're on point with it.
yeah, but it's kind of like I have to, um, rework it in a sense,
I know what you mean.
and kind of like add something to it to clean it up to make it look better. But it's
Gotcha.
really nothing that's too many issues or whatever. Basically, it's just if we talk something out or whatever, you tell me, hey, this is this spot, this and that, you do this and that. The communication aspect. I'm basically like I like communication. You know,
Okay.
I like to communicate with people.
For
Let me
sure.
know what's going on. Just don't surprise you with something or whatever. Let me know what's going on.
For sure.
And as I say, communication is the key in life, and
Oh
you know,
yeah, it
you
is.
got to communicate because I look at it like this: as a wrestling stable manager or group or whatever,
Mm,
it's kind of like a sports team. It's on like if you're on a basketball team, a football team, or whatever. When the Bulls are winning their championships, they all link together. They communicated with one another. Michael, you know, um, called out the plays or whatever. Phil Jackson was like the manager.
yeah.
The coach, the manager's like the coach. So
Okay. Okay.
that's how it's like. But it's really not too many issues though.
That makes sense though, man. That definitely makes sense to the point to where they, it definitely explains itself because you would see a couple guys maybe forget a cue here and there, but the
Yeah,
managers
it
usually
happens.
do. And it happens. And
Yeah,
man, thank God for you guys though, for sure, man.
yeah. Improv. That's the word I was looking for. Improv.
Improv. Okay.
You have to improv.
It was
Yeah.
right there. I just couldn't
Yeah, right. Exactly. It was
couldn't
right.
grab
I
it.
was just trying to pull it off, but like they say in acting, you have to improv sometimes on the
Okay.
situation. Yeah.
So what, like with all of this, man, is and I can assume that you're pretty consumed into obviously consumed into this business. How do you balance life from wrestling? Is it hard, or have you got to the point now to where it's like it's routine?
Well, it depends on the individual situation. For me, it's routine.
Okay.
Okay. Um, I would first have to say, you know, the main thing with it to keep it all together is to have a good relationship with the creator, with God. Okay.
Sure.
And you know, and what I mean by that is like, you want it's like a yin yang effect. You have to balance your life and everything, whether it's because again, people's situations are different.
For sure.
Some of us work regular jobs, do this and here and there, or got families,
For sure.
bigger responsibilities, and then we're training, doing wrestling and stuff. But I could just say that with the focus aspect of it all, okay, if you maintain your regular, daily routine in life, and then at the same time, training with wrestling and stuff, and just able to somehow make it mesh and work together. I mean, it's possible. You could do it, and I can basically speak for myself.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, other people, their situations are different, and but yeah, it's this routine, man.
Has it been one of those times to where you get that itch to say, man, you know what? I want to go in. I want to wrestle full time. I just, big business Levi Maguire, the wrestler. Do you get? I just want to know, man.
Oh, why are you doing this to me? Man?
I just want to know. Do you tell your guy like, hey, you know what? You can sit back, man. Or we can tag together.
You know what? I'm going to answer that question very thoroughly.
Yes, sir.
No.
No.
I'm. You see these gray hairs here?
Hey, man. Hey. Like we said, it's seasoned, man.
Hey, man. I'll stick to golfing. Golf or something.
I hear you, man.
No. I don't. I never really foresaw myself putting on the boots and the tights and going out there taking slams and stuff like that. I like to talk.
Yeah.
And, I mean, people tell me that I get under the skin as a manager, and the stuff that I do, at the shows to make my guy win, basically I just do my job,
For sure.
And I go out there and just, I do that. I mean, again, like I said, if I have to take a bump when it's necessary or two or whatever, yeah, that's fine. But no, I let the guys that I manage
let them deal with it.
Work,
I understand, man. I understand. I would definitely, like myself, man. I would probably, take one bump and say, hey, you know what? I'm good. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I'm not. I gotta put it, man. I'm not in my 20s anymore, man, or in my 30s. So
you know what? That's fine, man. Because you know what, you have such a great order and such a great job on what you do now, man. And that's what I feel like you're meant for. You know what I mean?
But,
it's I could see it, man. And you seem like such a good guy, man. So you have that manager persona on, kind of almost. It seems like that's kind of like who you are in a sense, though, because I can feel it.
Yeah, I like to be, how can I put it, dignitarious at times. I mean, how I am is, basically, with the Big Business Levi persona, that is more so of a high on his horse type of guy.
Okay.
But at the same time, he's as a con man, he's putting a bug in your ear.
Yeah.
I ain't got no business card to give you. I just put something on your mind. You're gonna meditate on it, think about it, and I know that you're gonna come back to me with an answer. So and the offer that I have for you, I know for a fact you won't refuse.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I just I'm mixing some of that. I mean, when you wear a suit and you're feeling, when you're dressed up real nice, or as I call it, suited up, booted up.
Yes, sir.
And you got your bling on.
Yep.
I'm not going to say you feel arrogant, but you just got that.
Yeah.
You feel that royalty type of
sure
aspect about yourself. You know what I mean? And then, so, but yeah, I basically, I channel a little bit both of who I am, and then mostly more of it is in character.
Gotcha. And that, I feel like that's what make you so dope, man, that you can balance that, because that could be a tough battle for some people, man, to be able to try to balance both and not kind of like, I don't know how to really say it, but kind of forget who you are in a sense.
Yeah.
So long, but
You know what?
or do you think that's just
Well, but some people it happens with. Okay, and you could tell that kayfabe is really dead. It's dead right now because but what I mean by that is like the way how I'm explaining to you how characterization is the characterization of a persona of a wrestler. Back in the 80s and 90s, it was just people thought that's how the folks are, but now since everything's out on open and everything, the thing is that you don't want the what you do at work, you don't want it to consume you.
Exactly.
Okay? So I look at it like wrestling is clocking in my 9 to 5. Some people when they leave out for work, at home they totally different person. They go to work, totally different person. You don't take work home with you.
Exactly.
So I just go out there, play the character, the role who I am, and it's over with. Back to Levi. So but there are some people that really I've seen let it consume them, and it's both good and bad. It depends on the individual, I have to say, But again, like I said, I just speak for myself, man.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And man, we gotta. I'm gonna move on to the fun questions now, man, because I know I don't want to bombard you with all of these necessarily, the strict wrestling questions all the time, but they're still based around it, but in a fun way, man, in a fun way.
Okay.
So, if your life had an entrance theme song, what would play every time you walked into a room? What music would play?
If my wife, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Now, I have a few for me, but mine ain't any good. I want to hear yours, though.
Oh, boy. My personal theme music, my life theme music.
Yep.
Okay. It can only be one. It could be more than one.
It could be more than one. Let's make it interesting.
Okay. Well, for number one, we'll start with Capadonna's Big Business.
Okay. All right. Perfect. That's a perfect one.
Number two.
Yep.
I mean, you asked the question, so here.
Hey, come on, man. Bring it on.
Number two would be Nas and Jay-Z, or the remix of Julius Santana, Lil Wayne's Black Republican.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm throwing some Mobb Deep.
Okay.
Quiet Storm.
What? Oh man, all-time favorite.
And I'll probably throwing the remix of that one as well. Oh man, dude, you got me on the spot here.
Yeah, man, it could be anything, man. That's what we like to do here. We like to
no, it's all
ask
good.
different questions
it,
about,
You got my brain active, man.
Man.
What can I? Here we go. Jim Jones.
Okay.
We're getting money.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I could say I could.
Good deal.
I could throw out to you.
Man. Okay. So here's another one, man. So this one is kind of wrestling. What was one of the weirdest things that you believed about wrestling as a kid?
Oh, the weirdest things that I believed about wrestling when I was a shorty back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to think that the guys and girls were actually beating the hell out of one another. That they actually hated one another.
Sure.
I just thought that basically, these are bad people. I thought some of them were good and some of them were bad. I used to think that, like I said, going back earlier in the conversation, King Kong Bundy breaking Hogan's ribs. Like, man, does Kong Bundy actually hate Hulk Hogan that bad that he hurt him? So I used to just think that these people had animosity amongst each other, and why are they just so vicious and violent towards one another? But you know, I just thought that, you know, hey, you know, this was you know, this is a war,
For sure.
you know, a child's mindset back in the day.
Oh man, you know, I used to think when they were in the matches and stuff like that, and they're just getting beat.
Yeah,
I'm like, I didn't know that it was, you know, forcefully induced for them to bleed. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And that I'm just like, wow, like, because as a kid, it traumatized me to see, you know, Stone Cold is being put in the sharpshooter by Bret Hart, and he's
yeah,
bleeding, he's about to pass out.
yeah,
I'm like, man, like I'm sitting here trying to climb through the TV and help him out, but you know, that was just one of the things as a kid, man, that I remember. You
yeah.
know, I kind of love having that innocent mind towards wrestling. Then, you know, it was sort of different, but still had the same love for it. Still got the
Oh
same
yeah.
love. So I have another fun question. So if somebody had to play Levi's life in a movie, who would it be?
Okay, so you want me to
Yeah, like
name an actor?
who would play? Yeah, who would play you? Who would play Big Business Levi Maguire in the movie? A documentary maybe about you.
Oh, who can I see? Man, brother.
It could be anybody.
All right. Hold on now.
No, you can take your time. Take your
No,
time.
no, it's coming. Oh, it would probably have to be. Oh man, Cuba Gooding Jr.
Okay, all right. You know what? That's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff.
That's big.
Good stuff. All right. So, what is one thing that you'll say that people always get wrong about you, or misinterpretation of who they think you may be?
Well, some people actually think that I am this big bad guy. Some people they think that Big Business Levi Maguire is this bad guy who comes out and has a big mouth,
Yeah.
and you know, I mean, behind closed doors, man, without the suit and the cape and everything, I'm one of the nicest guys on the face of God's green earth, man. And
I can tell that.
You know, again, like I said, you know, back then as a kid, I used to think that all these guys are bad and everything, and here I am as a grown adult now, they're thinking that I'm this bad guy or whatever the case is. But no, I'm not like that. But you know, some people just probably don't have the mindset or just know. You know, you can't. You see, that's the issue with today. You can't really assume anything about people. You got to get to know people.
Exactly.
And we live in a world nowadays, man. People just judge you by anything and don't even know you, don't like you, want to talk about you, you know, and just social media and everything just makes it even worse. So, you know, you can't judge a book by its covers, you know.
It really is, man. It really is. And, you know, have you, even though you being a heel, is it kids sometime that come up to you? Because, you know, kids have a different type of way of thinking, like we were just talking about. Have you seen a kid cry? Have you seen a kid like boo you extra loud or anything like that? Like, I just want to know, man. It's interesting. Man.
You know what, my man. Earlier, when I first started as a manager, I did a few shows, and I had this one kid who used to boo me. And he would say, "I hate you, Big Business Levi. I hate you. I hate you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, Jesus, why is this little boy so aggressive?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm saying to myself, well, I mean, what have I done to this kid that makes, you know, despise me. So one day, I did a show, and the show was over with, and everybody was doing the meet and greet, signing autographs and stuff. And I come across a kid, and I'm like, "Hey, how you doing, man?" And he's like, "I hate you, Levi. I hate you, Big Business Levi." So I'm like, "Oh man, I signed his autograph and everything." And I told him, I was like, "What would you do if they made a Big Business Levi action figure, and I signed it and gave it to you?" You know what this kid told me?
What's that?
I would open it up, break it, tear it up, and burn it.
Oh man! Oh God! That
and so
wow.
again, like I said, I did my job well. But like I said, back in the day, man, and no comparison there. But I'm just saying is that Bobby Heenan, he got a lot of heat.
Right.
Bobby Heenan, rest in peace, Chicago guy, one of the top #1 managers in the history of wrestling. He got heat, and his the way he just got over it. I mean, he did his job, man.
For sure.
That's why he was so successful back then, because he did what he had to do as a heel manager.
Man,
so that's how it is, man.
Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Yes, sir.
The brain for a reason, man. The guy, amazing, legendary. I heard you say something about what would you do if he had a Big Business Levi action figure. That's interesting, man. What if you had your own action figure, right? If you had your own action figure, what would the tagline be? Like, what would the tagline be with the action figure? Like what? How they bring them up for kids to bomb and stuff.
Oh man. Well, I don't know. I would probably just say, man, always stay classy, stay suited up, booted up.
Yes, sir.
And life is all about the facts.
There you go. There you go.
So it would just be about the facts.
There you go. And it has to have the royalty cape. It gotta have the cape.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the.
You gotta come with it.
And the cape you could take off as well. This is kind of like the old, back in the day when we collected the old Star Wars. Well, at least for me in the 80s and 90s.
I collected a few
Star Wars figures, He-Man figures, G.I. Joe, and you had the little, some of them came with the jackets and the body armor, and you could take it off. So yeah, with me, I had the suit and everything, and had the cape and the Kango hat, and maybe had the cane and stuff, and you could take detach the cape, on and off, So
man, I'm telling you, man, that would be so cool. That would be so cool to have, man, too. Man.
Yeah.
So cool to have. So I want to play a game before we get on up out of here, man. It's called Rapid Fire Round that we do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just ask you some simple questions, man, and you just give me either word answer.
Okay.
So tacos or burgers?
Burgers.
Burgers. I'm a burger guy too, man. Definitely a burger guy.
Well done. Cooked well done. Not
Cooked
medium rare. Well done.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. Not only well done, definitely not plant-based, but farm raised.
Farm raised.
Yeah. You got to eat healthy.
You got to, man.
No bread in my meat.
Especially they putting that's another topic, but they putting so much in stuff.
Yeah, we know how it is.
Would you rather text or call a person?
I'd rather call. That's the old school in me.
For sure. Because sometimes the message does not get relayed good, man.
People don't even write letters anymore. When was the last time you wrote a letter?
Man, it's been a while. It's been a while, man. It's really been a long time.
Yeah, remember that?
Oh man, yeah. I feel bad, man. I have to get back to my roots, man.
Yeah, we all do, bro.
Got to. City life or a nature escape?
Ooh, nature escape. There's nothing wrong with the city life.
Yeah,
but I prefer to be at peace with, I like it quiet. I like the birds chirping,
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to say that I like UFO territory whereby it's like all nothing but grasslands and, woods and bears and stuff, but something pleasant,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying you don't want to be out there like in somewhere where, I don't know if you've seen the movie Nope before.
Yeah, I seen Nope.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't want to be.
No.
Yeah, me either, man. No. So are you a sneakers or slides type of guy, or neither?
Sneakers.
Sneakers. What are some of your favorite ones?
Oh, name brand or just any kind?
Any kind. It could be any kind.
Okay, I'm a Nike guy. Definitely Air Jordan.
Okay.
Air Max, Reebok.
Reebok.
I used to love the pump back in the day, and I think they brought them back out.
Did they? Oh man.
Yeah. Back when I was in 7th, 8th grade in high school, man, the pump was the shoe back then.
Oh man.
So I like that, and see, wasn't too much of a Adidas guy, but basically more of a Nike, Reebok guy.
I like K Swiss a lot too, man. I used to
forgot about that. Oh, LA Gear.
LA Gears, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. LA Gears was that work, man.
Yeah.
So are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm an early bird.
Early bird?
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good way to be, man.
Yeah. When I was younger, I used to like to sleep in late. But as my stepdad used to always tell me, it's best to wake up early and not sleep too late because, you miss half of your day. Half of your day is gone, And as I gotten older, I realized that. So, yeah, I'm an early bird. As you say, the early bird gets the worm, man.
Man, for sure. For sure, man. And for some closing out questions, what's one of your dream collabs, or what's one of your dream people that you would love to work with in your setting or just anywhere? It could be acting, it could be wrestling, just any networking opportunity. Who would you love to work with?
Ooh, acting wise. Well, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the things that I do outside of wrestling is I'm into acting.
Okay.
And I've done a few things here and there, nothing too major. Basically, more so of extra work. I was an extra in Man of Steel.
Oh, cool!
Superman,
cool.
Superman movie, and we filmed that back in 2011. It came out in 2013, but I was in the scene with Henry Cavill, great guy, very professional, class act guy, and Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. So I've worked along those guys there, but I really would like to work with, how can I say, if he was, I know he's still around, he's just a little bit more older, but I think he's retired from acting. That is Jack Nicholson. I was a big Jack Nicholson fan. Ever since I saw him in The Shining, here's Johnny. And me and my mom used to watch that back in the day, and that scene scared her, and just looking at Jack Nicholson, his persona, and how he was, and then in Batman, I would say I would like to work with him, but today I don't know, man. Maybe 50 Cent. I could see myself working with 50.
The new Mortal Kombat trailer just came out too, man.
Yeah. That looks pretty tight, but I'm waiting for that Street Fighter.
Oh,
the cast for that.
Oh, what a cast, man!
Yeah, I remember watching the original with Van Damme in there. Oh, another guy I would like to work with, speaking of Van Damme, is Dolph Lundgren.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Small Drago, right?
Yeah, Drago.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I must break you. Yeah.
Hey.
Wrestling, I don't know, man. Ooh. I mean, I work with a lot of guys on the indie scene that I have fun with. Professional wise, I don't know, man. It's kind of it's kind of hard to be honest with you. It's kind of hard to say, But yeah, for acting, Lundgren and those guys and 50 Cent,
It's not bad people to work with, man. Shout out to J-Bo in the chat right now, man. Brother, I'm looking forward to also speaking with you as well, man. So definitely looking forward to it, man. I just have a few more left. So what is a talent outside of wrestling that a lot of people don't know that you have?
Oh, outside of wrestling.
Mhm.
My talent outside of wrestling.
That it could be anything. It could be anything.
Well, I like to write, believe it or not.
That's good.
Yeah.
I write too, man. I write poetry.
I'm into science fiction and fantasy.
Okay.
I'm a big Conan the Barbarian He-Man fan. I mean, He-Man fan first, Conan second. Actually, they're both, to me, in my opinion, they're both number one.
Okay.
So I like a lot of fantasy, stuff that I grew up with. He-Man, Conan, Barbarian, a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, but I've always been fascinated with knights, dragons, and swords and stuff. So I like that. And then with science fiction, like I said, I'm a big Star Wars fan, and I like Alien, Blade Runner. So I actually have a friend who's a writer, and he just wrote a fantasy book.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, his name is Orlando Santiago. So he's got a book out. It's like on the level of He-Man and Conan the Barbarian. It's called The Wrath of Kryak, and it's selling pretty well. So, but yeah, that's what I like to do, man. Just write.
And shout out to my cousin, man, Danny Ray, who's a part of the show. He couldn't be here, man, due to personal situations going on, but he would have loved to meet you, man. He definitely wanted to be on here and talk with you as well. But he writes too. He has he has a project going on right now that I really can't say too much, but man, he has something going on. I want to link y'all up at a certain point in time, man, so you can check him out too.
Yeah, definitely let me know, man.
Not for sure. And I just got one more question, man, before we get out of here, man, for you. But where's your next part of your journey take you, far as the indie scene, and where can we see you at next? Where can the people see you at next?
Well, this month I will be working at UCG Ultimate Combat Gauntlet, and that's on July 25th on a Friday. Next month in August, I'll be working NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Sweet.
We do the territories.
Okay.
So, I bounce around here and there. And, to be honest with you, nowadays managers, there's not that many managers in the sport of wrestling compared to, way back then. And, I just, I could work with anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't put all my eggs in one basket. Don't get me wrong, you do get the guys that you're comfortable with, but hey, if they need me, hey, to work a show, put a guy over or whatever the case is, hey, I'm there to do it. So, but yeah, that's where you could check me out at, this month at UCG and next month at NWA.
Pretty sweet. You guys heard it, man. You guys know where to find him. And where can they find you at here on social media?
At Twitter, at Big Business Levi Maguire, Instagram, Big Business Levi Maguire, as well as Facebook. So, those are the three platforms.
Yes, sir. Man, I gotta say, man, it has definitely been a huge pleasure talking with you here today, brother.
Likewise, my man.
And anytime that you want to come back through here again, man, you're more than what. All you gotta do is say the word. That's all you gotta
do. Hey, all you have to do is, invite me. Just, like how they say in the movie Sinners, you have to invite a vampire
for sure. Yes, sir.
Not that I'm a vampire. I'm just saying, hey, reach out to me, man. And anytime you want to have me back on, man, I'd be more than happy to.
Hey,
I
man.
appreciate it.
Hey,
Hey,
maybe we
again,
can.
shout out to my man Wade.
Yeah. Shout out to him,
Great,
man.
great brother, and we wouldn't be having this interview here if it hadn't been for him.
For
And
sure, man. Shout out
really
to
a
Wade,
blessing. I
man.
really appreciate them.
I would love to set something up in the future where me, you, and Wade is on here, man.
Let's do it.
That
Let's
would
do
be
it.
great. That would be
Let's
great,
do it.
man.
Yeah.
So
Talk about it. We can do it, man. Let's
oh
do it.
man, hey, we can do
Hey,
it.
I'm down.
And shout out to J Bo, man. I'm looking forward to meeting you, my man. Definitely looking forward to meeting you. And I appreciate you guys, man, for coming here and telling your testimony, man, on my platform. I'm definitely thankful for each and every one of you guys, man, who have come past here, man, and come through here and talk with me, man. So like I said, once you're a friend of the show once, man, you a friend forever, man. You family now. So
All right. Thank you.
y'all come through, man.
Thank you.
So we're gonna go ahead, man, and close it out, man. I appreciate all of you guys for checking out Tables, Ladders, and Pod here, for checking out this episode, Talking with Gold with Big Business Levi Maguire. All right, we're out.
Thanks.